So, under the Maternity Benefit Act of 1961, there are important sections which we need to learn. So, those kind of sections we'll be dealing one by one. So, I'll be mainly dealing with Section 10, Section 11, Section 12, Section 13, Section 14, and Section 15 and Section 17 in much detail, because these are the little important sections which you need to keep in your mind while you are understanding the Maternity Benefit Act. Okay, now let me take you all to section 10 first. Okay, the leave for illness arising out of pregnancy, delivery, premature birth of a child, or miscarriage. So, if, for example, if so and so person, if so and so female, if she is pregnant and if there is some kind of miscarriage, a woman suffering illness arising out of the pregnancy, delivery, premature birth of child, or miscarriage on production of such proof as may be prescribed, be entitled in addition to the period of absence allowing to her under section 6, or as a case may be under section 9, to leave with the wages at the rate of maternity benefit for a maximum period of 1 month. So yes, it is very important for her to get an extended period of leave up to 1 month time frame. Okay, so you can extend the time frame beyond 1 month. Now, what is section 11 speaking about? Nursing break. See, I want all of you to open up the barrack and learn along with me, because just me showing you all the slides and teaching doesn't make sense. Being a law student, it is important for you to go understand the flavor of law with the help of barrack. Now, what do you mean by nursing break? Let me take the pen. Every woman delivered of a child who returns to the duty after such delivery shall, in addition to the interval of the rest allowed to her, be allowed in the course of her daily work two breaks of the prescribed duration for nursing the child until the child attains the age of 15 months. So, until the child is basically attaining the age of 15 months, that nursing period should be given. So, because immediately after the delivery, you cannot come and go sit to work, right? So there should be some time frame given. So if you observe, all these laws are pertaining which is balance for the employees to work very efficiently. That's a major thing. Okay, now let me go ahead with section 12 speaks about the dismissal during the absence of pregnancy. When subclause 1, so subsection 1, okay, where a woman absents herself from the work in accordance with the provision of this act, it shall be unlawful of her employer to discharge or dismiss her during or on the account of such absence, or to give notice of discharge or dismissal on such a day that the notice will expire during such absence, or to vary to her disadvantage any of the conditions of her service. That means that what, when a female is gone for her maternity benefit leave, now you as an employer cannot dismiss her at any particular cost, because why, she has gone for maternity leave just in the sake of getting profit and all. You cannot do at any particular thing, then you will be punishable under the court of law. Okay, now next one is about subsection 2, subclause A, speaking about the discharge or dismissal of a woman at any time during a pregnancy, if the woman, but for such discharge or dismissal, would have been entitled to maternity benefit or medical bonus referred to in section 8, shall not have the effect of depriving her of the maternity benefit leave. The discharge or dismissal, that means you cannot dismiss her at any point of time during her maternity benefit leave, provided that provided that whether the dismissal is for any prescribed gross misconduct, the employer may, by order in writing communicating to the woman, deprive her of the maternity benefit or the medical bonus. See, when I have got a maternity benefit leave of 6 weeks from my company, at that point of time I cannot go work in some other company. Got it? So when that maternity benefit leave is given, I have to completely utilize it. I cannot go work in some other company at that point of time, no. Then once you come back, then the that point of time only you can take a strict action, but during the course of maternity benefit leave, you cannot take any particular action. That's what this particular act says. Any woman deprived of maternity benefit or medical bonus, or both way, within 60 days from the date on which the order of such deprivation is communicated to her, appeal to such authority as may be prescribed, and the decision of the authority on such appeal, whether the woman should or should not be deprived of the maternity benefits, okay, of bonus, shall be final. So if anything, if such kind of violation of the contract is happening, then you can basically send it to an appeal, and based on the higher authorities observation, then the authorities can decide whether this particular female employee should she continue or not. Now, let me take you to the next section, that is about section 13. No deduction of wages in certain cases. That means what? No deduction from the normal or usual daily wages of a woman entitled to maternity benefit under the provision of this act, and shall be made by the reason only of the nature of the work assigned to her by the virtue of her provisions containing in subsection 3 and section 4, or the breaks of for nursing the child is allowed to her under the section 11. That means what? At no cost you cannot deduct any amount from that maternity benefit act. I'm like, for example, if I'm a female, I've taken up for a woman, if I've taken up a leave for my maternity, at no cost my employer cannot boss upon myself and tell that the further leave should be provided. I'm like, further what, certain deduction has been done. At no point it is not possible. Now, what do you mean by section 14? Appointment of inspectors. The appropriate government may by notification in the official gazette appoint the such officers as it thinks fit to by inspectors for the purpose of this act, and may define the local limits of the jurisdiction within which they shall exercise their functions under the act. So what do you mean by appointment of inspectors? See, for cross checking whether every company is complying with the maternity benefit act, they will send an inspector. So what does this inspector do? This inspector will go and check. So this inspector can be appointed by government, it can be an IAS officer and all. So that is, the discretion is within the government. So, what is the powers and duties of the inspector? This is not important, but quickly I'll read it out for you. An inspector may, subject to the such restriction or conditions as may be prescribed, exercise all any of the following matters, namely, enter all the reasonable times with such assistance, if any, being persons in the service of the government, any local or the public authority as he thinks fit, any permits the place whether the woman or employed work, he can go check. That's a basic aspect mentioned about this. B, examine any person who he finds in any premises or place and who he has reasonable cause to believe in his employment is established. So he can go examine at any point of time. Require the employer to give information regarding the name and address of the woman. At any point of time, they can even collect the name and address, the who the correct the authority, whoever is appointed by the government. They can basically go collect all the details from the particular company, and they can even go inspect. Now the C is about require the employer to give information regarding the names, address of the woman employed, payments made for them, and the applications or notices received from the act. So all this kind of information needs to be provided. Take copies of any registers and records of notice on any proportions thereof. So you can take the copies and register records of this particular thing, and you can go ahead and go check at any point of time. Section 16. Inspector to be public servant. Every inspector appointed under this act shall be deemed to be a public servant within the meaning of section 21 of the Indian Penal Code. So remember, under section 21, all the inspector, whoever is appointed by the government, it should be a public servant. Now here comes to the last important concept about what is section 17. The powers of the inspector to direct payments to be made. So what is this? Any woman claiming that the maternity benefit or any other amount to which she is entitled under this act, and any person claimed that the payment due under section 7 has been improperly withheld, maybe make a complaint to the inspector. See, for example, any woman, she's not getting the leave, or if her amount is deducted, me being the inspector, she can come and tell me. That is possible. Now, subsection 2 is about the inspector may of its own motion or on a receipt of a complaint referred to in the subsection 1 make an inquiry or case any inquiry or cause an inquiry to be made, and if satisfied the payment has been wrongfully withheld, and may direct the payment to be made in accordance with this order. So if the proper payment is not made, then yes, you can take them to the punishable to the court of law. Any person aggrieved by the decision of the inspector under subsection 2 may, within 30 days from the date on which such decision is communicated to such person, appeal to be prescribed authority. So within 30 days, that will be going to the prescribed authority, and strict actions will be taken up. The decision the decision of the prescribed authority where an appeal has been preferred to it under subsection 3 of the inspector where no such appeal has been preferred shall be final. Any amount payable under these sections shall be recoverable as an arrear of lane of revenue. So yes, strict actions will be taken. That's it, yeah. So that's all, guys. So from section 10, 11 to 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, we have just done quick revision about this maternity benefit act. Please do read the bar act, because future when you go practice or being a law student, it can literally help you a lot. So that's all. If you do like this video, please do like, share, and subscribe, and please do learn it.